Right, I've been talking about it. Matteo and Andrea, they called me 5 minutes later. Literally, we've got the Raymon with the ZF. No more car park tests. We're going to actually ride it. It's the Tarok. Borrowed it from Yep Bikes. So if you want to go and actually borrow this bike, you can actually go there. So it's got 160mm travel. It's got the ZF motor. Now this is what I'm testing first. Basically, I'm going to do a shakedown ride. We're just going to be looking at the motor and sort of an initial impression of the bike. Let's get on with it. It's better to do this than be at Eurobike. Right, I've just turned it on for the first time. It's got off, eco, active, sport, and boost. So, ooh, put it in sport mode, see how that goes, or active mode. Right, we're in active mode. Let's give my first impressions of the motor. Yeah, it sounded like what I expected. It's a totally different sound to every motor out there. Completely different. Just feeling the pedal pressure. Okay, this feels like a motor which is very connected to the rider. We're on this 9% hill in sport mode. You know, sport mode feels pretty good actually. Let's try active mode, eco mode. Yeah, you have to pedal in that mode. First ride feeling straight off the bat, super smooth. The noise level feels similar to Gen 4 Bosch mixed with a Gen 5 or a Gen 6 is what it actually is. It's got that smooth sound to it though. It sounds dense as well. I mean, this motor is super compact. Pedal response, I'm just about to go and ride a nice steep, rocky bit. Very similar to Bosch Gen 5 or the latest Bosch. It's super smooth and super attached to the rider. It does get a little bit ahead. So a lot of motors now, or ones I've tried from Asia, they've used a lot of cadence sensing rather than a motor torque input is lower to dictate how the power response is, whereas this feels like very close to what I'd expect from a Bosch. So you'd say you put your foot on the pedal, the motor's super connected to you. This video is supported by Liat, also thanks to Yep helping me get hold of the bike. As you can see, this is really rocky. We're going to try and climb this bit now. I'm in sport mode. I'm going to put it in turbo so we go up here like this. That is impressive. Whoop. I stopped on that, but I did that deliberately. That bit there, incredible traction. Let's restart again. Right, I'm in boost mode. Ready? Wow, that is good traction. Any screw ups here is rider fault rather than bike. Traction's impressive. But anyway, right, let's try again. This bit here, a bit more normal. Still quite steep, we're about 15% here, so. Wow. Oh, the brakes aren't worn in. They're not worn in. That's impressive. The traction, this is really rocky here. You don't feel like you're ping-ponging off the rocks. Partly because it's got let's say, a modulated power. It's not just giving me 1,000 watts, making me go off everything. Traction's really good, so it obviously knows the rear wheel position. It knows where I am. I've been riding quite a lot recently, so I'm in good shape. That was super interesting. I just want to go and do that rocky bit again. High cadence, guys. We'll try a different line this time. Whoa, this is difficult. Oh. This thing is very well controlled. Okay, I'm in boost mode there. I need to try the same thing in sport mode, but I'm impressed. And it's not the most powerful motor on the market. It's not got the most torque on the market. And my feeling on this bit here is that you don't need the most powerful motor. You don't need the most torque. You need something like this. That's my gut reaction. Right, let's keep riding. Right, I'm in active mode, just riding along. So the bike's a trail bike. I'm not going to get into too much detail today. I'm going to worry about that tomorrow. I mean, I can't find much I don't like about the package sitting on it. It feels like cycling. It doesn't feel like motorbiking, which is a really important point. I don't like the ping pong effect. I never have done. Right, I noticed about this motor. Listen to this. You hear that little whir? Sounds like precise. Or is that the rubber seals? Don't know. It sounds pretty good though, I have to say. Heat is definitely a thing. Right, it's 35 degrees here, so we're going to be pushing this heat dissipation to the limit. And that thing there, feels hot. Extreme heat test here. Okay, everyone. Up we go. Right, this is a continuous climb. This is where I can really feel how the bike and the motor feels and the traction. It's quite a difficult climb. It's quite slippy. There's lots of loose rock on top of rock. Awkward line choices. A few snakes on the trail as well, probably. We'll see. I'm in sport mode. Oh, I thought I was in turbo. I didn't even realise. Right, let's put it in boost. I mean, this motor is so nice. It's almost too much power, to be honest, in boost mode. I feel like I'm not really cycling, almost, but I'm not ping-ponging. Better power control than any other motor I've tried up this trail. Calm back on the gears a bit. The bike is super maneuverable, actually. I'm really impressed with Geo. This is nice. We are flying. Guys, this is just so nice. I don't need boost mode. Sport mode is enough. Normally but I got plenty of traction. Like seriously, you don't need 200 million watt and torque. This is absolutely incredibly fine. This bike is pretty impressive, I have to say. So that was a proper climb. It's impressive. The actual trail feeling of the bike is really good. Geometry is fantastic. In my experience, based on all of the motors I've tried, every single motor out there, I think this is probably the one with the best traction. Very similar to the Bosch when you detune it a little bit in the new software mode, which not many people have tried. A little bit better than DJI, I'd say. It's a bit better than the Go Bow. Really impressive. I don't know what to say. It's so smooth. I wasn't even doing it in boost mode. You don't need it. So I wasn't even using the full 90 Newton meters. But it feels like once you're up and running, it's got a bit of cadence support going on in there as well. It's not absolutely just torque. So we're back on another single trail, bit of a descent and then followed by a climb. Bike feels really nice and light. So we are blasting through stuff. Doesn't feel like a heavyweight bike. And it's got a big battery on it. It's not a little battery. Traction. I'm in sport mode. I've never put it in turbo. Even need it. Right, I've noticed when you put the hammer down, the motor doesn't give you a big boost. Kind of at the limit of its torque. But that's okay, because the traction's amazing. You never feel like you're straining for more power. In front of one of the most beautiful houses I know, which is quite impressive. Little location, look at that, stunning. Right, let's talk about another point. So I just want to say, it's a motor that complements a bicycle. It doesn't feel like it's a motor strapped to a bicycle. Some of these really powerful motors feel like they're a bit strapped. So they're like, you've got a bike and you've strapped a motor to it. Whereas this thing feels way more integrated and smooth and complementary to the whole overall bike than any other motor that I've tried, apart from, say, the TQ. The software tuning is impressive. Okay, super slippy, steep climb. Let's see how much traction this thing has. I just lost momentum because I started the camera, but this is ridiculous. Like, so smooth. Let me go up here and see where this trail goes. Because it's really compact, like look at this here, you see? You've got 4 bolts to remove it, 2 here and 2 there. Plus I can touch it's quite hot. Right, we're gonna do one last descent here. I think that'll be the test done for the day. Bike is made for this, trails. Look at this trail, it's like, doesn't feel like you've got some big heavy lump. Let's roll again. Right, this is not a bike park bike. I mean, I can jump this, whoop, but it's a fun trail bike. Whoop. But this bike looks quite large when I first picked it up, but here it feels quite compact. Right, there you go, there's a bit of overrun. It's not exceptional, the overrun. The overrun on a Bosch is better, for sure. Gives you a solid kick. Okay, something else I just noticed. So I'm riding up this gravel road, braking bumps on it from cars, but listen to this. You can hear the motor going, which means it's measuring the traction. Something's happening. It knows what the rear wheel is doing with respect to the motor, and it seems to vary the power and makes it smoother. That's kind of crazy. I am impressed with this bike. It's basically a really agile trail bike. But let's talk about the motor. So first thing I've noticed, really smooth. It kind of feels quite metallic. Noise level is a little bit higher than I was expecting, but it's like a highly precision piece of engineering that you've got underneath you. There are some times I can feel in the boost mode it gets a little bit ahead of the rider, and I'd like to know if I can tune that in the app. I don't know, I haven't tried with the app, but maybe I can tune it with the app. Sport mode seems to be the best mode. Active mode is absolutely fantastic for fitness riding. This feels like a motor that it was designed for a trail bike or a proper bicycle. It doesn't feel like a motor that is strapped on to a big frame. Battery usage, so far I have used about 50% of the battery. So on a ride like this, I'd expect to have used 40% maybe. So I have been burning through it a bit because I've been using boost mode and playing with it a bit. Bike looks good. This build is fantastic, I have to say. The traction on this bike is probably the best I've tried on any motor that I've tried. I've tried all of them. So the thing that this bike feels like, it feels like a real bicycle with proper power. It's got 90 Newton meters. I think it boosts about 700 watts, or there's a 750 watt boost possible. But it doesn't feel like it's under control. It doesn't feel like you need it. And I have to say that I wasn't using the full power mode most of the time on some very steep trails because it's got so much traction. The motor knows what the rear wheel is doing and vice versa. Positives for this, it's definitely compact. One, to give all the other motors a run for their money. Absolutely, really impressive. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see me on the next video, which hopefully will be in a few days. Any points to say compared to other motors on the market? I think that based on my feeling of this motor, how it rides, that this is a super competitive system. And the most important thing is you don't need that 120 Newton meter 1000 watts. You don't need it. You don't need it. This thing proves that. You put this back to back against the DJI and you'll say, why do I need the DJI when I can have this? It's like, it's smoother. So everyone's become obsessed recently with pure power, and I think this thing proves that you don't need pure power. You just need very controlled torque and power. And with 90 Newton meters, I wasn't even using the full 90 Newton meters, and I didn't need to. So I'm super interested to try the TQ HPR 60, the new one, to see how that racks up against this, but more than enough for 95% of users. And Alan, I do think that if you're going to buy a DJI bike, I think you're going to get a refund once you tried this.